Hi, I'm Lai. Welcome to Discount Dive, the show where I'm the only TF reviewer willing to kneel beside the bed to review a toy. That's right, we're returning to our religious roots. I am on my knees at my bedside. But instead of a Bible before me, we have a massive treat. Massive not just in my excitement, but in scale. I've loved the look of this thing from the moment I saw it. The colors are so ridiculous and fun and garish. It's very G2, late G1, Euro G1 kind of stuff. Cyberworld in general makes a lot of cool references, seems to be embracing all facets of Transformers history. Look no further than Car Skybite. But while I was fine to pay 10 each for these guys, $60 even for something this big, it felt like a lot. I mean, you can even see here, no leg movement. It's obviously more kid-oriented, very much a playset more than a figure, but I was pretty confident it would go on sale at some point. I just didn't think it would be 50% off so soon, but it was. I paid $30 for this, and I am pretty confident that it is going to feel worth the price. He can, in fact, deploy his visor for a sunny day, which it isn't particularly right now. I have the blinds open, but I also have both lamps on, so let's take the shirt off. Full degenerate mode, kneeling on my bathrobe with gloves on, no shirt, no pants. I do have underwear, not that you needed to know. But yeah, I will lay Scorponok bare just as he can see me laying bare. Ooh, also. So we got a warble. We got a little bit of a sonar. Some blasts. Sounded like another blast, but it sounded a little bit like a squirt, right? Okay, so maybe only 4 or 5 sounds. Does it say how many sounds there are? Scorponok Strike Battle Set Pack de Combat Remilabo. More to unlock. That's an interesting way to refer to purchasing more figures. I do like the general vibe of Cyberworld, just being like basically a match of Fortnite. I'm not caught up on the show, so no spoilers, but partner and I are watching it on occasion, and we are enjoying it quite a little bit. Also, apparently only 4 steps to transform. Does make sense given the lack of articulation. But enough yapping, let's get to the scrapping, the plapping, the plapping. God, I can't tell if this is good for my back and I'm like stretching it out. If it's bad for my back to be fully arched. Guarantee you there's nobody else on YouTube doing this. You come to Diaclona because she does things that other reviewers will not. Ugh, she kneels for it so you don't have to. Come on, there we go. I can't imagine I'll be needing the instructions for a 4-stepper. Mr. Morale and the 4 steppers. Once again, just for scale. Come on, stand up on my bed. Why won't you stand up on my bed? It's a pretty hefty boy, towering over even the Siege Jetfire mold. I'm pretty comfortable in saying if you have like a child who's into Transformers, pretty sure this deal is still going on certain websites. And if not now, then I promise it'll go on sale again in the future. Like just for sheer plastic amount alone, I feel like this is a pretty good deal. Arms are, yeah, there we go. They're not pegged in. I know there's like a play feature with these. Like one of them becomes a bike or something. I think you can toss these on the Grimlock. Yeah, that's a free spinner. Scissoring? Ooh, this is the bike piece, right? So you just square hole, why not fit? I mean, we don't judge anyone for being curved. Totally natural. Ooh. Nice, pleasing little place to sit there. Locks in a little bit. Got some very Power Master Optimus looking guns here. Yeah, and then you can make it a little Rodimus turret. They got the hexagonal pegs, the regular pegs. Yeah, you can pop them onto the legs. Give them the Fort Max and knee cannons. Pop a guy on them. That's cute. Look at that. Haven't even got him out of the box yet. Already delightful. But he's still attached. Oh, dang. They tied him in. Oh, I didn't know Scorponok was a Shibari enjoyer. Come on. What are we doing here? There we go. Oh, there we go. We've freed the Titan. He's just a brick. Oh, man. He is an absolute brick of a man. God, my back hurts. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Big stretches. Big stretches. Okay, back on the floor. Maybe we sit down now. Ooh. Oh, you can actually see the microchip and the wiring in there. Oh, he has a buzzsaw noise. Did we hear that one already? Pop his chainsaw right here. He can go Dennis mode. More like a pizza cutter, actually. It'd be good for when my pizza cutter's in the wash. Not the wash. You don't put it in the washing machine. Oh, falling apart. So yeah, it seems like articulation. Has he got anything in the head? Any twisty? It doesn't feel like the head wants to move. Not gonna force it. Like there's a little bit of wiggle, kind of. I don't think I'm gonna try and move that. You got some fairly articulated arms and nothing else. Nothing else at all. Again, it's a kid's toy, so this is reasonable to me. Ooh, flip out the feet. He's more stable. Look at those clompers. And then I think this just, no. Is that really, that's his, well, hold on. Still haven't gotten all the pieces out yet. Getting ahead of myself. I'm too eager, too excitable. Like a dog chasing cars. My father. Ooh, okay. Oh man. Yeah, the plastic is on the lighter side. I wouldn't say cheap. It doesn't feel fragile, but it is hollow. Again, kid's toy, which is why a 25-year-old woman purchased it happily, eagerly, without hesitation, the moment it went down to $30. Whole bunch of chicanery just in here. Are these like handles for the motorcycle? They strike me as handles for the motorcycle. Yes, okay, and they're like that because none of the cyberworld figures have wrists or elbows for that matter. This seems like the most sensible way to attach them. Yeah! Unfortunately, don't think you're gonna be able to use this as like a big buster sword for smaller figures. It is not 5mm, probably for the best. It's pretty big, significantly bigger than Gears, and it has its own bespoke little connection system in here. And I think you just put it in his butt. I think you just like, yep, he's still got some rope stuck up in his guts. Hello? Does this whole thing move at all? There's like an orange piece in there. Okay, that's fine. Easy peasy. And then I think you're supposed to arm him with his stinger for the robot mode. Yeah, he's got those little pegs on the side and bada bing, bada boom. Well, okay, still not bada bing, bada boom. I'm so eager. Call her the eager beaver. Snack that smiles back type stuff. Still gotta pop these on. Oh, easy. Got his cannons. And boom. Love his angry face, by the way. That was just a fart. Come on, man. What are we doing? Fairly weighty. I think if I had paid $60 for it, which again, very glad I didn't, I would probably be feeling some buyer's remorse. But for $30, this feels great. Even for $45, which I've seen it gone down to a fair number of times, seen it gone down to, what, you know what I mean. I think $45 feels fair for this amount of plastic and density. Does he have like a tummy prison? Am I supposed to lock someone up in his belly? I guess this is more his sternum. Ooh, there's a lot of nice, intricate detailing in there. They didn't have to do any of this. Lots of love put into the greebling on figures. According to the back of the box. I put my Megatron. Bull Megatron. Bull Megatron. Woohoo! What sounds do bulls make?
Hey, I want to sleep with your wife.
No, but like, where actually did he go? All right, whatever. We use Skybite. Apparently, you're meant to take this off. These are on 5mm pegs, and there are 5mm ports in here. Oh, he's still on the tail. Whatever, he can live there still. Pop this on here, pop him in here. He's very much a playset. Like, that is clearly what the intention of this is supposed to be. The fact that it stands up into a robot is more just like a neat little feature as opposed to part of the main appeal. I can respect them for doing something like that, especially for a kids oriented line. Oh, this can flip out. So this can rotate out because there's definitely a port in here, or a peg rather. Flip out the peg. There we go. Wow. And then according to the box, this is how it's supposed to be. It's just like a little villainous cycle. Only wheels on the front. It's obviously more for this really just feels like a pizza cutter. Hold on, especially with the shape of the seat. I feel like this would be pretty ergonomic. Oh, reverse it. There we go. Now it won't fold in on itself if you apply pressure. I could cut a pizza with this. I could very readily cut a pizza with this. Ooh. Okay, because all the ports and pegs are modular. You could give him like a freak long arm. I'm not talking about the animated Shockwave spoilers. Why you would do this, I don't know, but you certainly can. Pretty flat on the back. I mean, if you don't have the tail out, you can just, oh, you can pop it like this. Yeah, and that kind of, well, look, we're not gonna worry about back kibble. It's a playset. Speaking of which, let's put it in its primary playset mode, because I think it's gonna shine a little more as a Scorpion than as the guy. I've learned to purchase a toy as soon as it goes on deep sale. You can leave the guns on because they end up in the correct spot in Scorpion mode. And then these just go forward. The elbows do not rotate, so just kind of a static forward kind of thing. Put the feet down, these down, pop these bad boys and girls on. And yup, that's Scorponok. All right, I'm getting up on the bed. My back hurts too much to be doing this. Again, positively massive. And I think this is a great scale for like the standard cyberworld figures because it's still small enough for like a kid to play with, but big enough to feel imposing next to their main figures. Any Toy Story heads here? How's it feel being 45? One thing I am surprised about, I don't want to say bummed necessarily. Again, I paid $30 for something this big. That feels reasonable to me. me. But no wheels. I thought surely they would just toss some wheels onto like this part, maybe these parts. That feels like a missed point of playability, especially with like the tread detailing back here. I think you'd want to have, oh god, he's caught up in my, oh, partner crocheted this blanket. I will not tear it. But yeah, you'd think you'd want, oh wow. You think you'd want a rolling kind of fortress, but it kind of just is. But maybe that's all it needs to do. I'm actually a child. That's so fun though. It has like natural locking points, but they're not too aggressive because they're for kids, obviously. You can do like a DCEU Skybeam if you want an unoriginal narrative device. I'm so glad the Snyderverse is dead. And of course, you can get someone to ride up on top of it. A little tough to do it one-handed. No, it's not. I'm a god. No. You can have like a bucking bronco. I think it would have been cool if this gun was also like a modular removable part, given like a big gun arm. That would have been neat. But I also appreciate that even though the head, so that connection's a little bit tenuous. Okay, we don't worry about it. I'll give them credit. This head is way more convincing than the actual, actually, I don't have Earthrise Scorponok. Black Zarek's head sure isn't convincing though. Wait a minute. Okay, I went to lift him up to come do the comparison shot, by the way. They look great together. They're both so ridiculous. But this is like a, what does this do? Is it doing anything? I can't believe this. I'm pulling out the instructions. Take your tail back, sir. Okay, you can still access the light and sound, obviously. Ooh, that looks pretty nifty. It's so wet. Why is it such a damp sound? And then it shows you can put either the gun bike or a knife bike or a pizza cutter bike. And it shows all different sorts of like formations you can have them in, ways to interact with the like the play pattern. That's neat. I'm not seeing anything for this peculiar little trigger though, so I'm very curious. Is it literally just a handle for children to pick him up more easily? And he certainly is easier to pick up this way. Get back. Back, I say. Hold on. This looks like a rider weapon. It actually does look like a rider weapon. It's got the bike and everything. Give me this shot. This is so dumb. I'm having so much fun with this. You know, if this, oh, come on. Put your little dangle back on. If you're looking for posability or like any collector level stuff, you're obviously in the wrong place. If you have a little bit of joy and whimsy in you, girls named Joy and Whimsy, then I think you will have fun with this. And if you have a kid, especially for $30, great Christmas present. Lots of modularity, lots of little ports and pegs everywhere, so you can move stuff where you want it to go. Sure, you could fan mode up a bunch of cool stuff if you had like creative talent, unlike me. You can just do that. Do it all over them. There's little ports and pegs everywhere. Everywhere? Everywhere. A lot of fun. If anybody knows the use for this mysterious handle, oh god, it's all falling apart. Please let me know. It's very pleasing. It's a nice little fidget. I guess if I wanted to bring this around in public, I could have a nice safe fidget for myself. And I think it would be fun to get the Grimlock just to give him the big Scorponok hands. But alas, I did purchase him because he was also 50% off for some reason. Only bad thing about this is because I have him, I'm gonna want to get, what's his name? Snarl? Is Snarl the one that's out? Yeah, I'm gonna want to get that Snarl too. Because they're friends in the show. You gotta get them their friends. You gotta get toys to play with the playset. You gotta get the big guys to connect together. You gotta get the friends of the big guys. It never stops. It never ends. That's the reason I filmed this video primarily on my knees while praying at the Church of Hasbro, and we don't know that there's no God listening to us. All right, so quick update, because I was messing with it to show off to partner. Say hi, partner.
Hello.
And I was wondering about what this silly little dingle is, and I remembered that I saw this little hinge that I did not look at or touch or do anything with because I got sidetracked because I have ADHD. And it turns out if you hold this in, and it does it in reverse. Get this for your child. If you don't get this for your child, you don't love them. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, a little bit sorry. But yeah, definitely get this for your child. You got a dark side, guess you're not the only one. What if we both tried finding what we're running from? We can't fix it if we never face it. What if we find a way to escape it? We could be free.